Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Sophie Erber. Residents of a Morningside apartment complex are without a home tonight after fire broke out there early this morning. KCAU 9 News reporter Lydia Vasquez joins us live now from the Riverview Apartments with the latest update on what caused that fire. Lydia?
That's right, Sophie. Fire officials tonight say the cause of that fire was the misuse of a stove. Now, take a look behind me. You can still see some of the debris and leftover damage on the ground here. We're told the fire was contained to one unit in the building, but the entire building was evacuated. All other units were damaged by water in the firefight. The deputy fire marshal with the Sioux City Fire Department says the building consisted of 8 apartment units with approximately 20 residents. No one was injured. Now, the structure has been red tagged.
For the most part, it's going to be water damage. There was some fire damage to a third floor apartment unit and some fire damage in the attic space. But hopefully they'll be able to get that repaired relatively quick, and we can get the occupants back into the building.
Red Cross is assisting with temporary housing for residents. Now, coming up tonight at 6 and 10, we'll hear from a resident who says he lost it all this morning. He tells us how the fire started in his apartment. For now, reporting live, Lydia Vasquez, KCAU 9 News.
All right, thanks so much, Lydia. We're taking a look now at the latest COVID numbers here in Siouxland. Another COVID-19 related death reported in Woodbury County today. Health officials also confirming 23 cases in the past 24 hours. In Nebraska, Dixon County reports a total of more than 500 cases now, as well as 8 fatalities during the pandemic. And in South Dakota, Lincoln County with 74 listed deaths. Roughly 245 cases there are considered active tonight. Meanwhile, the state of Iowa continues to administer the vaccine like all other states, putting the rollout in the hands of local public health systems. And today, Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds acknowledging there are still some issues and confusion surrounding the process of signing up to receive the vaccine.
Averaging about 60% and getting the vaccines administered, and that's not where we need to be. We want to do better. We know we can do better, and so what we've done is we've reached out to our counties and to our providers. We're going to put some new metrics in place. We're going to eliminate a lot of the uncertainty that they've been dealing with. So.
Turning our attention to the weather department now, another top story today. Meteorologist Marcus Beasley standing by. Marcus, it all began in the early morning hours, another blast of that winter weather. And tonight, as you mentioned, that chill settling in.
Yeah, that's right. We had a little bit of snow earlier this morning, and now we're just going to see temperatures dropping here throughout the next few days. Speaking of that snow, Little Sioux, Iowa, right around 3 inches of snow there to the south. Sioux City at the airport, as well as Yankton, receiving 2 inches of snow. Storm Lake, 1.5 inches, and Spencer around 1.2 inches. So some light snowfall totals out there this morning. High temperatures today reaching up into the mid-30s. A lot of that actually occurred earlier this morning, and then the front passed through, and temperatures have been cooling off all day. Forecast lows tonight dropping down into the single digits and lower teens. So a very cold night is ahead of us, but it looks like we're going to see even colder temperatures move in this weekend. Details on all of that in the 9 on 9 forecast. Sophie?
Thanks, Marcus. Meanwhile, road conditions in eastern Iowa continue deteriorating. Multiple crashes are also being reported. Here is the scene from I-80 near Newton earlier this afternoon. The State Patrol says that multiple squad cars were involved in a crash, and the eastbound lanes of I-80 are currently closed. Officials say that they believe there are fatalities related to this pileup, but they are unable to provide any specific information, at least at this time. And today's frigid cold temperatures and gusting winds didn't stop a group of first responders from getting some underwater dive training. 19 members of the Sioux City Fire Rescue taking part in this session. They geared up in 20 to 40 pounds worth of equipment and braced the ice cold water at the Crystal Cove Lake in South Sioux City. Now, overall, the goal of this training session is to help prepare these men and women on the team for when a water accident occurs during the winter months.
Everybody here, it's their first time going under the ice. I myself have gone under there once for a call and once or twice for training, so it does happen, obviously, because we get so many people on the ice anymore, ice fishing or doing other water sports. So it's not that it's not going to happen. It will happen eventually. We don't want it to happen, but we're going to be ready if it does.
And coming up tonight at 6, KCAU 9 News reporter Marina Bach speaks with a first responder that got this ice rescue training for the very first time today. Siouxlanders living near the river have a reason to be hopeful come spring. Today, the Army Corps of Engineers saying that the spring runoff forecast is currently below average. So good news there, meaning there's less of a chance of the Missouri River to flood this coming season. Now, while January was a wetter than average January for the Missouri River Basin, the overall snowpack level is down. And the soil, they say, is much drier than it is normally. Well, cold weather certainly is not conducive to most outdoor activities, but there's always an exception. And as Tim reminds us in this week's edition of Siouxland Stories.
That's right, Sophie. Even during traditional golfing months, a cold day on the links is never a good thing. So to think someone would swing away in the dead of winter is, well, giving new meaning to the golf term winter rules.
A golf course is a pretty desolate place in the winter.
For me to play golf in the wintertime, that's no.
It's probably no for most people.
I'm a fair weather golfer. I'm just like everybody else.
Not everybody.
Some people think it's just kind of a crazy thing to do. Doesn't it get cold in the winter? Yeah, it gets cold in the winter, but that doesn't mean you can't get out and shoot a round of golf.
Well, I'm sure if they didn't know Carl or know the situation, they'd probably think, we better be calling the guys from, with the padded jackets and all that sort of thing.
Turns out the situation is Carl Barkey has played at least 9 holes of golf once a month on the sand greens of the PGA, or Pearson Golf Association, for 117 consecutive months.
Hear that tree? I'm not really a really good golfer. Terrible shot. But that doesn't mean I can't get 9 holes of golf in one time a month on my favorite home course, Pearson, Iowa.
Now, Carl may have missed a shot or two, but since June of 2011, when he topped a similar effort by a friend, he's never missed his round of golf.
One November, it was really nice out, so I came out and shot a round of golf, and then December, it was a really mild December. I shot one again. I thought, you know what? I remember Bob Jensen shooting these rounds of golf for over a year. I thought, you know what? If he can do it, I can do it. So I just thought, you know what? As long as you've done it a year, you're going to keep going. You're going to keep going. So it kind of just evolved that way.
Just like the weather.
The worst weather days of the month I try to avoid. I watch that weather forecast. Next month, if that ground's frozen, I could see, I could head to another 250-yard drive again in my life. At my age, that's a long ways.
But this 65-year-old retired teacher says he really doesn't focus on the numbers.
I try to keep in my mind, what I shot for the round.
Birdies and eagles, after all, aren't what keep Carl coming back.
It's small-town Iowa. You can just enjoy the outdoors, just the gentle breeze, and just the tranquility that God has given us right here in Iowa. You don't hear a lot. Once in a while, maybe you hear the whistle at noon if you're out here at the right time. Just like any other golf course, with the exception of the greens. I don't think it got far enough. You've got your sand greens here that don't always play like the grass greens. There's a sleeve here that fits in. It will come up and out, but I think it's probably frozen this time of year.
Probably why getting a tee time isn't much of a problem.
Rarely a time when there's another golfer out here when I'm golfing.
Great when it comes to speed of play, but disappointing when the game's biggest moments arrive.
Playing number 7, hit just on the green, and then it seemed like it rolled and rolled and rolled forever. And it disappeared. And I'm going, yes! And then I look around, and there's nobody on the golf course. When a person hits a hole in one, there's usually a witness. And my thought at the time was, my dad knows it went in, and God knows it went in, and I know it went in.
For even the most dedicated of duffers, the clubs eventually get packed away.
At least through May this year, to get to 120, 10 consecutive years, golfing once a month at Pearson, Iowa. My goal might be 10 more years. And we'll take it from there. We'll see what happens.
But until then, don't expect the sun to go down on this man's game, no matter the month on the calendar.
Now, Carl already has his February round in the books, and he sent me this picture from his most recent round. You can barely see the hole-free marker right there, so maybe the worst of the winter is now behind Carl. Make sure to watch for more Siouxland stories. They air every Thursday on KCAU 9 News at 5 and 10, also on Fridays at midday. And if you know of someone with a unique story, we'd sure like to share it. Just send it to us at news@kcautv.com, and then we'll share it with the rest of Siouxland. Sophie?
What a dedicated man. Thanks a lot for that, Tim. And do you have student loan debt? Millions of Americans do. Tonight, some lawmakers in Washington, D.C. are pushing to cancel certain federal loans. We'll explain how coming up.
And it's looking like that cold and clear night ahead of us tonight. An Arctic blast moves in this weekend that we've been talking about. And more snow is also possible to go along with that. Details on all of that after the break.
You're watching KCAU 9 News with Sophie Erber and meteorologist Marcus Beasley. This is KCAU 9 News at 5.
Temperatures only in the single digits, lows below zero, so very, very cold temperatures. And we're supposed to have a picture here, and I had it working before the show. Again, it has disappeared. I'll have it a little bit later, I think. And if you want to upload a picture, go to SiouxlandProud.com, go to the weather tab, and click on Send Us Your Photos for your chance to have it in our gallery.
They always decide to work at the end of the show. So maybe we should just move it there.
I don't know what's wrong with it. I got to try and figure it out.
We'll figure it out. All right, thanks a lot, Marcus. Well, do you have dry, itchy, or flaky skin? We have some tips to keep the body's biggest organ hydrated during these cold winter months. But first, some Democrats in Washington, D.C. looking to potentially cancel certain federal loans. Stay with us. Welcome back. As millions of Americans deal with the burden of student loan debt, Democrats tonight are pushing to get some federal loans canceled. Our Washington correspondent Basil John reports on the newest proposal.
Take a huge burden off so many people in America.
Thursday, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and other Democrats are calling on President Joe Biden to act.
To cancel $50,000 in student debt.
Democrats say the president should use executive authority to cancel federal student loan debt without any tax liability.
Other presidents have done it. There is legal authority.
Canceling student loan debt is the single most effective executive action that President Biden can take to help close the racial wealth gap.
Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren says canceling student loan debt would increase home ownership, improve credit scores, produce jobs, and more.
Whether you have student loan debt or not, because it is good for our economy.
While Democrats want up to $50,000 in forgiveness, the White House says right now the president is only comfortable with a smaller amount.
The president has and continues to support canceling $10,000 of federal student loan debt per person as a response to the COVID crisis.
Republicans like Iowa Senator Joni Ernst say loan forgiveness is unfair to other Americans.
We're going to forgive $50,000, but we're going to put it on the backs of everybody else. I don't think that's the right avenue.
Ernst says struggling borrowers should renegotiate interest rates or defer their loans until they are financially stable. Reporting in Washington, I'm Basil John.
During the winter, many people suffer from dry, itchy skin. How to prevent discomfort during these colder months, coming up next. Well, the cold is finally here for real this week, and with it comes the potential for damaged and irritable skin. Luckily, as reporter Brittany Ward found out, there are a few ways that you can protect yourself.
During the winter months, we tend to have less humidity in the air. With less moisture in the air, that can cause our skin to dry up quicker. Kate Bowling is a physician's assistant at the Dermatology Center in Raleigh County. She says the best thing to do is protect your skin from the cold.
The best thing you can do for those areas is going to be to protect them from the cold, wearing a hat, gloves, socks, and making sure that those things are dry. Always a good idea to have a replacement if you're going to be out for long periods of time.
Bolin also says it's important to keep your skin moisturized and avoid taking extremely hot showers. She also provided tips to help people not get hypothermia.
Hypothermia is more of a systemic problem. It's going to be if your core temperature drops below 95 degrees. The best way to prevent that is going to be multiple layers and just trying to keep warm.
She also says people should limit their exposure to the sunlight.
while it's cold, it doesn't seem like it's really out right now. You are still getting some UV radiation, especially on snowy days, because you're getting direct radiation from the sun, but also indirect when it's bouncing off of the snow.
Taking a live look outside right now at sunset. Marcus returns with one more check on our forecast. Stay with us. Before we wrap up here at 5, let's check in first with Tim for what's coming up at 6. Hi, Tim.
Hey, good afternoon, Sophie. Frustration continues to grow here in the state of Iowa. The low number of COVID vaccinations that have been given to folks across the state. Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds, in fact, is turning to a standardized vaccine registration system to address the issue. Iowa has the nation's 3rd worst vaccination rate per capita, and more than 5,000 Iowans have now died because of COVID-related symptoms. Elsewhere today, what started out as a place to fix a car is now being used to do much more. Playground, music classes, quilting, you name it, it's probably here. But since the pandemic, this space is now serving a more important function as well. We'll let you know what that is coming up after World News Tonight. And in sports, Jake has news on the COVID front as well, as Iowa wrestling coach and Sheldon native Tom Brands has now tested positive for COVID-19. We'll have the update from the University of Iowa. That's coming up as well after World News Tonight. That's when I'll see you at 6.
All right, perfect. Thanks a lot, Tim. That's a great wrestling program over there. And Marcus, we're being treated to, I didn't think we'd have this much sun today, but a great sunset.
Yeah, the sun really came out in full force this afternoon with a lot of clear skies, but this morning a different story. This is a picture sent to us from Judy Campbell in Sioux City of the freezing fog on a tree outside. And yeah, we've seen a lot of this recently. I think we'll see a lot more snow on the ground, though, here this coming weekend with that Arctic blast moving into the area.
Yikes. All right. Thanks a lot, Marcus, and thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here tonight at 6, and until then, have a great night.